Hello Internet, welcome to Eric's Corner. Going to do a quick blurb before I call it a night. Just got my plow truck pretty much rigged up and all the little tinkering I wanted to have done before this winter. Nothing major, just basic maintenance and getting some lights working. Today I'm going to briefly go over Nancy Pelosi and her insider trading. Now, John Stossel, I believe who it was, don't quote me on that, asked her in a press conference. He asked for a private interview and she said, no, I'll call on you during a conference. Yeah, because you're not hiding anything. And he said, well, isn't there a conflict of interest when you buy stock in something, when you know you're going to pass a bill to make that stock spike, or when you short the stock and you know it's going to make it go down? And she acted completely bewildered. Is there a question? What's your question? How is that not a conflict of interest? It's a pretty straightforward question. I just don't understand your question. That's just, they go on this platform of nobody is above the law. We're going to file charges against Trump and we're going to take him down. Okay, but you guys operate in broad daylight with impunity of insider trading and corruption and foreign deals and money laundering and the FTX scandal. It's just one thing after another. Nothing ever seems to happen to you. You know why? Because the FBI and people that are supposed to keep you in check, which is great, we have checks and balances, but the people that are supposed to do it, you pass their budgets and keep them employed. So they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them and call you out and get rid of you. And even Dan Crenshaw, I aspired to be just like Dan. I took on SEAL training. I wanted to do the same thing and be just like him and do this badass shit. And even he's turning out to be a total piece of shit. He's being accused of doing the same things that she is. And I'm painting with a broad stroke there. Maybe it's not what it looks like, but maybe it is. And Paul Pelosi, he was caught with a gay hooker in the middle of the night. And nothing ever happened. You want to get a gay hooker in the middle of the night, that's fine, but it just gets swept under the rug. And just, look over there at Trump. And, something that really pisses me off when you get these YouTubers or wannabe YouTubers who read a meme verbatim. Oh, when this happened, an indictment against Hunter Biden happened. Oh, this happened to Trump the next day. And then when this other thing happened to Hunter Biden, this other indictment happened to Trump the next day. Yeah, it's completely true, but why are you reading it to me? I saw the meme too. You're not original. You didn't come up with this. You're not an investigating journalist. I at least tell you when I hear something I agree with, I tell you where it came from. Or at least I try to. I might think something's an original thought, but at least I'm not sitting here reading it to you, trying to be all clever and edgy like I've came up with it myself. But they keep operating with impunity and just, oh well, what are you going to do about it? The January 6th protests, they were walking through the halls going, Nancy Pelosi, and they just barricaded themselves in their offices. What were they going to do? They're conservatives. They're not going to do anything to you. Go out there and talk to them, at least defend your case, but you can't because you got nothing. They've introduced the Nancy Pelosi Act, okay, as in you can't insider trade, and we know that's what you're doing. Jesus Christ. If Martha Stewart got hemmed up for it, and it was literally just, hey, psst, Martha, move your money. And they're just doing it in broad daylight, and if you don't see the corruption, you'd accuse me of saying, oh, well, if it was your guy doing it, then you'd have no problem with it. I just called Dan Crenshaw out for doing the same thing, and he's my guy. I almost don't disagree with anything he says. I would have just as big of a problem. The left is so far gone and so corrupt. I'm not saying the right is innocent, but it's like a 50-to-1 ratio. We got 50 problems on the left to 1 to the right, and those two wings are on the same bird. We just need a frame-off overhaul here. We just all new elections. All of you guys just need to go away. Even the guys I like. Trey Gowdy, Matt Gates, like you guys, but I mean, we're not really getting any results here. Trey, well, how the hell? You were the watchdog on the Hillary Clinton case, and nothing. 4 years later, nothing. Nobody's been indicted. Nobody's been thrown in jail. So, I mean, everybody's really afraid to fire the first shot here, because once it happens, it gets really messy and ugly. So, anyway, that's my final thoughts for this evening. Yeah, if you got any questions, by all means, hit me up. I'm looking forward to seeing some reviews on my last few videos. I feel like I've kind of knocked them out of the park. So, other than that, have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Keep your stick on the ice.